sorry. I'm so fucking sorry,"
he voiced in a tone that was filled with nothing but pain and remorse. His guilt was so thick, so consuming. I could feel it engulfing me, making it hard to breathe, hard to think, hard to feel. Right now, at this moment, my life ended before it ever even had a chance to begin, while I stared at the gray granite tombstone etched with the last name, Jameson. Chapter 1. Mia. My eyes fluttered open just slightly, only to be met with nothing but darkness, a thick piece of fabric obstructing my view. I tried to get my arms to move, to take off the offending object, but it was no use. I was too weak. I opened my mouth to say something, but I couldn't get the words to come out. My lips were too dry. My throat was raw and burning, making it hard to swallow, let alone speak. I tried to process what was going on, what had happened, how long I had been out, but I couldn't push through the haze. I was so tired, so dizzy, so out of it that panic couldn't even set in. My head pounded heavily as if it weighed 1,000 pounds, sensing as though it was lying on someone's lap. The rough material of my abductor's pants scraped against my cheek. All I could hear was the rumbling of a loud engine, while a cool breeze swept across my face, neck, and hair. My body was warm, which made me think a blanket was wrapped around me, but I was numb. All I could feel was the vibration from the uneven ground we must have been driving on. The vehicle felt like it never stopped climbing and turning. Right, left, then right again, over and over, throwing me off course. There was no way I could keep up with the twists and turns. My sense of direction was long gone. Nothing seemed familiar, not the sounds and not the scents. I was too drowsy to function. My body continued to be jostled from the fast movements. The roads were coarse and jagged, making the ride extremely uncomfortable and unpleasant. The sound of the wind whistled in my ears as we whipped through what I thought might have been a forest because tree branches snapped under the weight of the tires. I could occasionally hear branches scraping against the roof of the car. They were driving so fast, as if they were getting away from someone. I couldn't fathom why I was there, what my role was in all of this, and before I could give it another thought, I blacked out again. My head fell back against the headrest in my Jeep, staring at the house out in front of me. Creed and Noah's house. The irony was not lost on me, although I couldn't possibly complain. It wouldn't be fair to Noah if I did. He had stepped up in every way possible when it came to the baby girl that grew inside of me. In the process of it all, I don't know how it happened, but we started to become close friends. I couldn't help it. I had spent more time with Noah than I ever had with Creed in the past 7 years. Ever since I first laid eyes on his tortured soul, it had always been a game of push and pull. Even just thinking about him made me smile. I sat there contemplating, trying to convince myself to walk into his childhood home for the very first time. Except it wouldn't be his warm, welcoming arms that wrapped around me, engulfing me with his comforting musky scent that I loved more than anything. It would be his brother's, my baby's father, the man that shouldn't be looking at me like I was the one he'd been waiting for all his life. I'd often catch glimpses of Noah staring at me adoringly during our many doctor visits. He didn't even try to hide it. Noah wanted our unborn child. He wanted to be a part of this journey. He wanted it all. A future, a life, a forever, possibly with me. If I knew the truth, there was no way in hell Creed didn't. The thought alone sent shivers down my spine, making the ends of my hair stand straight up, feeling the consequences of what hadn't happened yet, but would eventually come. The inevitable. A battle. For my heart. I learned pretty quickly that Noah was just as lost as his brother, if not more. His eyes held the same sadness that Creed's carried all his life, a burden I could never understand or contemplate.